dear viewers. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a great day as I am. Today, I would like to share my topic how to deal with child's aggressive behavior. Before we step into our topic, I would like to give a little bit briefing about myself. My name is Nithya. I'm a physiotherapist at Happyland Special Need Education Center for the past 4 years. One of the reasons I love to be a special need teacher is to help and to teach the children to achieve their full potential and also to fulfill my passion as a physiotherapist. Now, I would like to share 3 strategies to deal with child's aggressive behavior. The first strategy is 4 tips for parents' role. These strategies parents can use during the aggressive behavior occur. And the second strategy is 5 types of coping skill which we can help the child to cope with the stressful situation. And the last but not least is 3 tips to express emotion. Let's talk about aggressive behavior. Aggressive behavior is the behavior that aims to harm a person or animal or damaging physical properties. Aggressive behavior can be verbal, such like shouting or screaming, or it can be physical, like punching, kicking, and etc. There is plenty of reason why a child may have aggressive behavior, and some of the reason can be due to difficulty to express their needs and wants, or feeling unsafe or anxious during certain situation, and it also can be pathological conditions such like autism, ADHD, and sensory processing disorder. I have 3 strategies to help you in dealing with aggressive behavior, and let's go for the first strategies. Now I would like to share my first strategy, which is 4 tips for parents' role. This strategy can use during aggressive behavior. My first tip is to stay calm. It is not only a very stressful situation for child, it is also a stressful situation for adult. We as an adult need to calm our emotion and need to step back and start to observe and understand what are the situation. We need to understand what triggers the children, find the trigger and what trigger the behavior, aggressive behavior. Example, maybe the child not able to express verbally, and instead of expressing, the child start to snatch the toys. So the child get angry, frustrated, and show the aggressive behavior, kicking and punching because she couldn't get the toys. So we as an adult do not react instantly shouting or screaming. We need to step back and respond accordingly and show them the appropriate way how to react, how to get the toys nicely. So that's the first tips. My second tips is timeout. Timeout is not as a punishment, but timeout we give for the child to cool themselves down. So the first thing you can do is do not show any kind of aggressive body language. Do not angry, nothing, but be firm. You isolate them from the stressful situation to a more calm environment, more low stimulated environment, and then you give them space. Do not give advice, do not talk, nothing. Give them space. If they want to cry it out, let them cry it out. Give them space and let them cool down by themselves. And another thing you can do is listen. If your child able to express verbally, this like to rant or this happened, that happened, try to listen without judging. You listen there, you show them that you are there to listen. So this will show them that you are there to support, you showing empathy and so on. My next tip is modeling. Children love to imitate adults, so we can use this skill to improve their ability to express themselves and also to teach them appropriate behavior during certain situation. It's the same example. So if they want something, if they're asking for something, so we need to show them instead of showing the aggressive behavior, hitting someone, they can use the word to express the okay, I want. Or if the child is non-verbal, they can use non-verbal gesture like asking like this, showing the hand like this instead of snatching. So we can show appropriate behavior and help them to express nicely what they want. So that's another tips. Moving on to tips number 4. Okay, Tip number 4 is positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is a really good and effective way to make the child aware and also to improve their behavior. So the first thing you need to do is recognize the good behavior. So when you are teaching them this is good, this is not so good, and so on, and when the child start to imitate, when the child do according what you teach, you need to recognize the behavior and immediately you need to praise. You can praise verbally like saying like good job, well done, I'm so proud of you. You can use very good positive words. Oh, you also can do like high five or hug. This will encourage the child to do more because it's like a rewarding for them. So they will keep up with the work and this will improve their behavior. The second strategy, which is 5 types of coping skill. Coping skill is a technique that we use to modify child's action, reaction, and thought process towards a stressful situation. So let's go and see what are the 5 types of coping skills. First tips is tools. You can use any type of tools which is preferred by the child. Okay, the first tips is the tools. You can use any type of tool which is preferred by the child. So I have 3 examples of tool. First is the stress ball, second is the putty or slime, the third one is a sensory beam. So you can use this example or anything that your child is preferred and use this as a replacement for the aggressive behavior. So for an example, your child have the tendency to punch when they get angry. So you can ask them to go and find the trash ball and squeeze it or play with the slime. Or you prepare one sensory bean which have a lot of texture like got sand, go water bean and the animal toys and so on, and then you can ask them to play with it instead of doing the aggressive behavior, physically hurting themselves or the others. They can find a replacement to divert their anger or divert their emotion and make them more calm. So these are the example of the tool that you can use. So the second tips is divert attention. So you can do a simple task to divert their attention from the event, the stressful event. So first thing you can ask them to drink water, or you can ask them to do cleaning or keep things, keep their toys. But it's better to do together so they don't feel alone. So you try to talk with them and try to distract them and make them more cheerful. And then the last thing you can do is take a bath. You mandikan them and then you see how they respond. Okay. Moving on to the next tip, which is breathing exercise. Most of the children have difficulty to understand to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So we have 2 types of activity which you can do to make them more easy to understand. First thing is you ask them to inhale through the nose, but when they exhale, you ask them to imitate like a snake. So when they inhale, when they exhale through the mouth, it's like a snake, hiss like a snake. And the second activity you can do is you can draw a flower and a candle, or you can have a real flower and a candle. You ask them to smell the flower through the nose, and then you ask them to blow, pretend like blowing the candle through the mouth, like that. So from when they have this type of prompt, it's very easy for them to understand how to do the breathing exercise and will be more benefit for them to come. Moving on to the next tips, which is arts and craft. You can prepare a paper and color pencil and you can guide them to draw something. If they are still emotional, it's best not to give a lot of instruction and you just let them do what they want to do at the moment. So if they want to scribble, it's okay, up to them. They can scribble, they can draw, no problem. And you also can do another activity, which is you give the paper and you ask to crumble them and then you can also ask them to rip it and use the glue to paste. So this is also one of the activity that can reduce their stress and also they are diverting their emotion to a better solution instead of using aggressive behavior. So it's like a substitute. It's like a substitute for the aggressive behavior. So you will use more like a positive or better solution, how to regulate and how to use a proper way to express the emotion or cool them down. Okay, the next tip is exercise. Exercise is one of the best things that we can do to our own body. By doing exercise, children are more capable of regulating their own emotion. So when they are able to regulate their own emotion, they are more capable to handle conflicts and stressful events without bursting out. So when the emotion is regulated and there's lesser bursting out, there is more lesser aggressive behavior. Yes. So the first activity which you can do is go for a walk. When they are in a stressful environment or stressful situation, suggest them to go for a walk to cool themselves down. And the next activity you can do is sit on the ball and bounce in a slow pace. This one also will be very calming and helpful for them. The next activity you can do is yoga. It's a fun yoga which will be very helpful for them to connect their mind and body. And you can encourage them to do the yoga by asking them to imitate animals. Like you can ask them to jump like a frog, walk like a duck. You can say like slither like a snake. So these types of activity make them more engaged and more fun. Moving on to our third strategy, which is 3 tips to express emotion. This strategy we use when they are more calm and more relaxed, which is after the aggressive behavior happen. So you can use traffic light system, which is you can ask them which light are they on, which is mean green means there's no trigger. Yellow means they are getting triggered and there's something bothering them and they are almost to lose their cool. So they almost to lose control and so on. So during the yellow, we need to suggest them, and we as a guardian and the parents, we need to teach them how to use the coping skill which I shared just now. Use that skill to go back to the green light. Okay, and then the red color means they are already lose the control. So during this time, as a parents, what are your role? So you need to stay calm, you need to use the timeout and so on. So from there they go to the yellow and then print out this traffic light system, and then you can ask them and you can train them whenever they're feeling yellow, find the person. Is it a teacher? Is it and let them know what light are you on, so that's their emotion, and to prevent them to go for the red light and prevent the aggressive behavior. Okay, so the next one is PEC system, which is picture exchange communication system. This one we use to make them express their emotion, express what they feel through the pictures. So example, you can use this is one of the type where you ask them, how do you feel today? So they can point which face of the way to for you to guide them how to express their emotion, although they have difficulty to communicate through verbal. So this is one of the way to ask them to express, so we can prevent them to build up their emotion until the end and burst out and have the aggressive behavior. So we can prevent this by letting them express just now, and you can make them cool or calm down. Okay, you can use this type of picture and put over whenever they have the tendency to hit or push. They look no, which means it's a cross, so cannot. So this is one of the visual reminder for them that this is okay, this is not okay. So this will remind them to control themselves and also reflect back to their own behavior. Okay, so this is another example which also you can do. You can prepare 2 types: angry, sad, frustrated, and so on. And then you can put another side which is I need. So for example, I feel sad. So if she feels sad, what she want? Maybe a hug, or she wants someone to talk, or she wants someone to sing. So you can customize this according to the children's needs. Okay, so this is just one of the example. So next is social story. So for social story, you can customize according to your needs. And for example, I have one example here. So this boy saying that when I get angry, I sometimes hit mommy. This makes mommy sad. So they are telling that what he feel and what he want to do, which is like he's not supposed to do, which is hit mommy. So this will make mommy sad. And when I feel like hitting, I need to stop. So it's telling him that what he's supposed to do when he have the urgency to hit. So what are the coping skills? Which is I will hold my hands. I'll take 5 big breaths. This helped me to stay calm. This is the coping skills. And what will mommy feel after that? Mommy is happy when I am calm. So this is like the flow of the social story. This is another example. So according to this story, sometimes I get really frustrated and mad. So we are validating what he feels. And the next one, I want to throw things, hit people, yell, and cry. And this is what he feel want to do. If I act that way, I can get in trouble and people won't want to be my friend. So what are the consequences if he do such thing? When I'm frustrated, I need to take a deep breath. I can ask for a break, take a walk, get a drink, or put my head down. So these are the coping skills that he can do to prevent him from hitting. Okay? And what will happen if he follow? I tell people around me I'm frustrated right now. I use my word so I will feel better. So this is how he will feel. So what else he can do is he tell people, let the people know that he is frustrated. Use his words instead of using his hand. So this is another type of social story which have the same flow. Okay, for my summary, we have covered 3 parts today. So, beginning when the child is having aggressive behavior. So, the role of the parents is very important. So, we talk about parents' role to deal with aggressive behavior. And the next one is during, not after, during they are having the aggressive behavior. What are the coping skills that we can teach the child to prevent them hitting themselves or hitting others? And at the end, we talk about after the aggressive behavior episode done, what are the help that we can do to reduce the aggressive behavior by helping them to express their emotion beforehand. So if they are able to express their emotion beforehand, so we can reduce their aggressive behavior and the emotional burst out and aggressive behavior. So these are the summary for my topic today. I hope my presentation today somehow will be helpful for the parents and the viewers. If you have any doubt, if you have any question, please contact us. We are happy to help you. Okay, don't forget to like and share our page. And thank you so much for your attention. See you. Bye bye.